It has come to my attention that some people in the world sometimes might feel unhappy about themselves. I am beautiful. Now, I don't really interact with people, so mostly I discovered this fact through pop songs. Specifically, big inspirational ballads by famous pop stars meant to bolster the self-esteem of people who are feeling down on themselves, probably because they're not big famous pop stars. Now, these are songs that are meant to take the sad sacks of the world and uplift their spirits and make them more comfortable with who they are. Now me, I personally have never really liked this kind of song. I mean, I'm Todd in the Shadows. I don't really have the need for a pick-me-up song because of the glamorous jet-setting lifestyle that I lead. But it remains a popular topic for songwriters. Now, as it happens, we've got two songs like that circulating right now. One by the artsy, challenging pop singer whose songs I wish I liked more than I do, and one by the stupid, lowest common denominator pop singer whose songs I wish I liked a whole lot less. What I'm talking about, of course, are Katy Perry's single Firework and Lady Gaga's single Boring This Way. Born This Way. Now, in this case, we have two huge hit songs with positive messages, brought to you by probably two of the least likely people in pop music to be bringing. Now, before we get to the songs themselves, let's remember that neither of these women is particularly known for heartfelt, inspirational ballads. It's an unlikely move, and a bit of a sellout for both artists. So I decided to tackle the two songs together and evaluate them simultaneously because of their thematic similarities, and totally not because I haven't put out a review in a while and I need to catch up on as much as possible. Now keep in mind, I find both of these tunes acceptably mediocre, so this is not like a ranking kind of thing. However, they both definitely have their strong points and their weak points, so I thought they deserved the comparison. And I think a good place to start would be the main message in the lyrics.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Katy Perry does, because she's made of plastic. And she's a bag. Boom! Now these are both feel-good about who you are type songs. Katy Perry wants you to feel amazing and brilliant, and Gaga wants you to believe that you are absolutely justified in being who you are, no matter how you choose to express yourself, let's say. But who are these songs for specifically? Now, I always felt, especially with the introduction of the mildly chubby girl in the video, that the main target audience for Firework, like many of these types of songs, are women with low self-esteem because of body issues or whatnot. And it's true enough that the media often seems like it's conspiring to make young women feel worse about themselves, and the consequences of this can be truly heartbreaking. Now, for example, hey, Yezu Otaku!
Oh, hey! What's up?
You look fat.
Excuse me?
Now see how utterly devastated this poor young woman is just from one snide comment about her body. See the pain and shame in her eyes as her self-image is utterly destroyed. Truly, this is a sad commentary on the pressures the media puts on young women with obvious self-esteem issues, such as this unfortunate woman here.
Todd, get help.
See as she runs away in humiliation, probably to go bawl into her diary and chug down some Haagen-Dazs. What an awful world we live in. So yeah, Firework has an admirable message, I suppose. I'm not sure Katy Perry deals with the issue all that sensitively, though.
Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards?
No, I don't feel paper thin, because I don't have your perfect body, Katy Perry.
Just gotta ignite the light.
But in case you're feeling unconfident, Katy Perry has some inspiring words for you.
Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst.
Yeah, don't feel like a plastic bag or a house of cards. Feel like a firework. Feel like a brief flash of light that exists for 2 seconds before disappearing and is immediately forgotten afterwards by the audience. This is not a metaphor I would have used. And it's certainly not one I would have used if I were Katy Perry. Ahem. Furthermore, I'm not sure what good it is to tell the depressed that they're going to explode.
Like a lightning bolt, your heart will glow.
Is this a song for suicide bombers? Seriously. Now you want to know what make a good song lyric? Baby, you're a firewood. See? That's much more of a compliment. Firewood lasts longer, it's useful, provides warmth. Baby, you're a firewood. You make my s'mores taste really good. Oh my god, I have to write this. Okay, well, for the most part, lyrically, Firework doesn't really have a main audience. Speaks in generalities, perhaps to its detriment.
You're original, cannot be replaced.
Yes, you're original, whoever you are. You are all original.
You're all individuals!
And that puts it in deep contrast to Born This Way.
This is the manifesto of Mother Monster.
Now, unlike Firework, Born This Way is targeted to a more specific demographic, one that's been unfairly stigmatized and marginalized for far too long.
Just put your paws up.
Furries. Also, I guess, gay people. Which makes sense. Gaga has deliberately cultivated a fiercely loyal fan base within the LGBT community, so it makes sense that she would want to pay tribute to them with the most thuddingly obvious and blatantly pandering song she's ever written.
I'm beautiful in my way, just now makes no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Gay, straight up, bi, lesbian, transgender life. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born to survive.
Right, gays of the world, don't let people get you down, because you were born this way. Again, I get the sentiment. I understand what she's trying to say. I'm not trying to contradict that, but God makes plenty of mistakes. Tons of them. This guy, for example, is a mistake. And he was probably born that way, so I just don't see that as much of a defense.
Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen.
Don't be a drag, just be a queen. I really just don't know what I, a straight man, am supposed to do with that. And I can dance right along with Village People songs when the mood strikes me. Honestly, I feel a bit excluded from Born This Way. And that makes me a little sad. And God, gay people, you just don't understand how it feels to be left out. On the other hand, there is one part of the song that feels dedicated specifically to me.
Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Whether you're broke or evergreen, you're black, white, beige, chola descent, you're Lebanese, you're Orient.
I am all of those things. You have no idea how nice it is to see someone supporting the black, white, Chinese, Lebanese, Chola, Oriental community. Oh, people are always making fun of me for it, telling me that I smell like Windex. You know what? I'd like to break some stereotypes right now. Not all of us smell like Windex. We don't all work as dog catchers. And no, we don't all wear diamond-studded jumpsuits. Thank you, Lady Gaga. I truly feel like you get what it's like to be Chinese, Chola, or Lebanese. And Gaga's looking out for other marginalized members of society as well.
It doesn't matter if you love him or capital H-I-M.
She's looking out for fans of mediocre rock band H.I.M. And for people who failed high school Spanish, apparently. Of course, I'd like to point out that the video for Firework also supports gay people. After all, Lady Gaga is not the only pop singer standing up for gay rights. Oh, Katy Perry, your social compassion knows no bounds. But the lyrics mean nothing without the music. Now, a beauty pageant-esque call for tolerance should be the least controversial thing Lady Gaga has ever done, but Born This Way attracted controversy right away because it apparently resembled some 80s song I've never heard of by Madonna. Who?
My mama told me when I was young, we're all born superstars. Fancy cars that go very fast, you know they never last, no. I'm beautiful in my way, just now makes no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. So if you want it right now, make him show you how. Express what he's got, oh baby, ready or not.
I don't hear it. But let's talk about production. Now, I admire the production on Katy Perry's music, always have. And you want to know why? This is what Katy Perry sounds like out of the studio.
We used to be just like twins, so in sync.
Do you know what a miracle of audio work it is that that disaster of a voice was turned into something you could sell to a mass audience? I'd give it an A for effort alone. Furthermore, I just admire how well put together the song is. Clean, crisp, strings come in at the right moments. Meanwhile, you know, I said I wasn't going to rank them, but if there was one thing that would tip the scales towards Firework and against Born This Way, it'd be something very simple. The production on Born This Way is horrible. This is a real step in the wrong direction for her, because while Gaga's image might have been ridiculously over the top, she usually put limits on her actual music. Take Poker Face, which is hardly a stripped-down acoustic number by any means, but even still, the production is actually fairly strange for a late 2000s pop song. Compare that to the atrociously overproduced monstrosity that is Born This Way, in which the idea was apparently to make the mix as cluttered as humanly possible. It's like at any moment there was space on the track, the producers were instructed, no! Fill it with more sound effects! Foghorn! Swarms of angry bats! Anything! We need constant buzzing and droning and bleeping and blooping over the mix, under the mix, between the mix. Noise! More noise!
And I want an army of didgeridoos. 50,000 didgeridoos.
Oh, and speaking of lack of restraint, I guess I have to acknowledge the video for Born This Way too. Look, I'm about done reviewing music videos by Lady Gaga. All I really have to say about it is that we all have expectations about what a Gaga video should be like, and the Born This Way video is as hilariously stupid as everyone wanted it to be. Truthfully, I'd have been disappointed if it had been otherwise.
But the birth was not finite. It was infinite.
Oh, fantastic.
And the mitosis of the future began. It was perceived that this infamous moment in life.
My art has been commended as being strongly vaginal, which bothers some men. The word itself makes some men uncomfortable.
But I have to say, I'm not sure the Born This Way video measures up to the Firework video in one major way. Does she have anything firing out of her boobs? Nope, and Katy Perry does, and by my count, that puts her in the lead 2-1. And I'm not sure we can even count Lady Gaga's, as those machine guns never went off. Disappointing. Now, jokes aside, the Born This Way video is hysterical, but it could never achieve the level of effortless stupidity of the Firework video, in which Katy Perry Bot 5000 apparently starts malfunctioning from the torso area. Apparently you're supposed to let Katy Perry's magical chest sparkles make you feel better no matter if you're fat, or gay, or being mugged, or dying of cancer? Okay, so bottom line, both songs. Now, the biggest problem with Firework, I think, is that it comes from one of music's most arrogant superstars. See, that's what I think of when I think of Katy Perry. Now compare that to the Pink song Fucking Perfect, which is another one of these types of songs which I also could have included in this review, but decided not to because it's dull as dog crap. But at the very least, it doesn't remotely have the condescension that Katy Perry does.
Why do we do that? Why do I do that? Why do I do that?
See, Pink gets it, and Firework, especially the video, just doesn't, which maybe explains the not-so-great metaphors used in the song.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
That's how not being famous and beautiful feels, right? Like, I don't know, a bag?
Plastic bag, drifting through the wind, wanting to start again.
That's what bags do, right? Want to start again? Meanwhile, Born This Way does some of the same things as Firework, but Gaga isn't trying to sympathize with your pain as much as she is trying to share her innate, majestic awesometude, which fits in with her persona pretty well, so that sits a little better with me. But still, isn't the appeal of Lady Gaga how compellingly weird and wrong she is? All this I'm okay, you're okay stuff kind of neutralizes all that. If Bad Romance was her thriller, I'd say that Born This Way is her bad. Not awful by any means, but not exactly living up to her highest standards. It's alright, I guess. But as a wise woman once said, don't go for second best, baby. Put your love to the test. I forget where that's from. At the very least, I don't think either song is their respective artist's finest moments. But I guess that's to be expected. After all, sleaziness and strangeness can only be kept up for so long, so I guess a slide towards conventionality was always inevitable in both Katy Perry and Lady Gaga's evolution as artists. And so, with that in mind, I look forward to seeing how they both progress in this new, more down-to-earth phase in their careers. Oh right, they both followed it up with songs about boinking monsters. Never mind!